All right. Welcome back to Dank Scott Traders Hub. Yes, it's yet another day where we analyze this market, where we get into the charts and look at this market to make this money. All right, so as usual, you guys know the drill, and I want to welcome actually those who are watching us on TikTok, those who are watching us on YouTube, and of course those who are also watching us on Instagram. I hope you guys are having a great time, and I hope you are getting all this clear, loud and clear, and you are having a great time. So now, without any further ado, you guys know the drill. As always, we get into the prayer and then get into the analysis straight away. If you're here for the first time, whether you're on TikTok, please follow us, because you may never see us again. If you're on YouTube, subscribe, you may never see us again. If you're on Instagram, go ahead and follow us, like and follow, and comment anything that you want us to receive on this other end, or whatever asset. Keep on sending those assets that you want us to check on, so that we can analyze before we finish today's analysis. So go ahead and do that as we keep on analyzing. So let's pray now and get started. Father, we say thank you for today. Thank you for your grace upon our lives. Thank you that we are back here for another session, Lord. We say thank you that we analyzed yesterday the way we analyzed it. Some of these actually acted accordingly, like gold, that we actually got a signal right here in the charts on the session, Lord. But then the rest ones were still getting along. So we know that today we are going to get even better signals, better profits. We're going to make great money as we continue to analyze. We say thank you for the blessing of perfect entries and exits, because that's what you do in our lives. We give you praise, we give you all the honor. Thank you for today's profits. In the mighty name of Jesus, we've prayed and believed. Amen. So go ahead and comment, go ahead and like. Let us understand which other assets you're trading and where you're watching us from, so we can keep on connecting. Otherwise, let's go now into gold analysis. By the way, you can share the link to your loved ones, to those that you want to come around and be part of this. You can share it so that they cannot miss around what we are currently doing. So we want to start with gold. As usual, we trade gold, we trade Boom 1000, and we also trade Volatility 75. That is our three focus assets, the three assets that we focus on. Then the rest of these other days, after V75 analysis, we analyze any asset that you guys select. We get to analyze those assets after V75 analysis. All right, gold, let's go. So gold, yesterday we were here. Let's start from where we were yesterday. This is where we were yesterday. Our anticipation was price to first drop to mitigate. You can see I still have my limit order there. The anticipation was price to give us that, then drop, and then later give us the momentum to break that resistance above there on M15. You've already seen it. Let me show it to you right there, to break that strong resistance above there, to break it. We are still anticipating price to first mitigate this a little bit. The signal that we have on CCI on M15 clearly is bearish signal. We are still selling. It's not yet ready to get into buys. That's why we are still looking for sells on M15, right? So if we get to yesterday's analysis, those who are here, we entered a signal, a live signal. This was a scalp move on M1 and M5. So let me actually show it to you guys. M1 yesterday, M1 entry This was the one right here. This is where we were looking for that buy move to reach there, and actually we entered it together because it was a sniper entry right there, and then it went all the way there, missed my TP. It missed my TP just around there because I wanted it to mitigate this fully. So around there, that's how it missed my TP yesterday. That was the entry I gave live on this session yesterday. So now we're going to check and see whether we will get another live signal like this today or not. But as for now, all this, we don't need it right now. It has already served us well, so we can delete all of this right now. Right. Alright, so let's now get back to M15, remove history. Let's now look at where we are apparently. So we have that resistance up there. We don't have any breakout yet. Price now has dropped again massively. I want to first head over to daily time frame and see how yesterday closed. Yesterday closed as a strong bullish move. It closed as with a strong bullish move right there, as you can see. If I can easily remove this right now. Now today started as a strong sell, as you can clearly see. That is today's candle. So if you can go to H4, remember, according to daily, we need buys. That's the momentum, that's the trend. We need an uptrend, and actually that's why this falling wedge also is showing us that we need buys to get us all the way to that order block. We are going to be seeing price coming around. Let me actually get a level coming around 5,000. Yeah, 5,000. Price will be coming back to 5,000 level right there. That's where price will be coming back to when it mitigates that order block. Clearly that is our 5,000 target. Now as we get to that level, we delete this for now. I don't need it. We will have it later. So we need price to break this this falling wedge to get us all the way right there. And according to H4, we also need a little more of buys, of sales before we get into buys. According to H4, we are sort of not yet ready for buys, but looking at, when I zoom in a little, I think we are ready. But we have to wait on M15. Like I said, H4 we need buys, but M15 is not yet ready for the buys, so we need it to get ready for the buys before we can make any decisions. So as you can all see, that's why we are waiting on this drop, the drop to break this support and come to this other order block, which is an M15 order block right about there, and to give us this kind of an entry from here to take us all the way up to break this and continue with the buy momentum according to higher time frame. So what are we going to see now? According to M15, we need this drop, exactly this. So we need this drop before we can come in with the buy momentum. So how are we going to look at this today? Let's now drop to M5. According to M5, we are looking at an uptrend. According to M1, it's still a bearish, though M5 is looking at an uptrend. We have a strong resistance here on M15, on M5. So that tells us that M1, we can wait for M1 to be oversold, sorry, before we can come in with buys according to M5. Once we are ready to buy, to sell on M5, then we will come strongly with this sell to break this support on M15. So according to M5, why are we looking for buys? According to M5, why are we looking for buys? let's first see. This very move gave us this low right here according to M15. So for us to actually get some sales on M5, that means price has to react all the way back to this level, has to react all the way back to that level right there, but this is likely to take some time. According to M1, price may first head there or not. According to M5, and actually according to M1, price may first do this, play around here, and then take us up there for this kind of a move, either there, actually I think here, let's see, this order block was mitigated, but still it is within the, all this is within the supply zone. So price reacting all the way back there to get enough momentum to break this M15 support is evident for us to, is actually clear for us to anticipate such a move. So for now, the momentum according to our current M15 clearly is bullish, is a strong bullish. If that candle closes like that, that will be signifying a strong bullish momentum on M15, which will mean actually price may break and continue all the way there according to M5. But there's a drift, or there's a catch here. Look at this, look at where price has reached on CCI according to M5. That is a retracement level of M5 of CCI. That means price is gonna drop after we get into a new H4. It's gonna drop from there to come a little bit down, mitigate some of these stop losses of the early buyers according to M5. Once they are taken out, we get in with more strong buy momentum to mitigate some liquidity above there according to M15 and M5, to get enough momentum to break this M15 order block, M15 support level right here. And once we have that, we know we will get enough momentum to drop massively to mitigate this. Now remember, we are not market makers, so anything here is possible. Price can actually continue like that, come around 61.8 according to M15, come around there, and then in the supply zone, and then later drop with this kind of a drop we need according to M15, foregoing all these other little maneuvers on M5 and M1, you know. So don't be rigid and you keep on waiting for a pullback like this or like that. Once M15 is ready to drop, don't look at M5, look at M15, because M15 will be dropping to get us all the way there. Look at the reason why I'm saying that. Look at this and look at that pullback to where? To retracement level. So it's gonna come like that, and then we will drop massively like that, and then that's when we'll be able to get in with some strong buy momentum moves to take us all the way up. And that's where I told you, this is where yesterday I told you this is the level we are anticipating to make our swing entries. Why? Because once we have this entry here, we can swing it all the way to reach this other trend line resistance above there according to H4 and daily time frame, right about there. That will be your levels. Of course, you have these like 46.50, that is your level to take some profits if you're a swinger, and then all the way to probably 4700 like that, then 4800. Those are your levels to take some of these profits until we get all the way to 5000, because price is gonna break this resistance level to take us all the way to 5000 price level. So for now, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna wait on M15, having seen what I'm currently looking at on M5. If this candle closes above this level, then price is gonna continue all the way there. If this current M5 candle closes above the previous high here, it's gonna go all the way to look for that liquidity, to look for that level, and then we can come in later with some sales. So for now, I will wait for this candle to close. 1 minute to go, actually less than a minute, before the new H4 opens, before a new H4 candle opens. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please, I remind you to send in your comments, to send in your assets that you want us to analyze right after V75. Do that so that I can pick at least 2 of the assets that we will analyze as bonus assets today. All right, so it has closed, so that means price is going to continue right there, mitigate that, then we can come in with our sales according to M5, according to M15 and M5 actually. So as of now, this pullback on M1 that I wanted, I'm not gonna look at it unless if it drops a little bit to give us an entry to get in with the buy momentum to get us there. But as of now, it won't be coming all the way back down below here. I see this as the only point of interest for it to come back to give us a better entry of the buys to take us all the way up there. But as of now, no business for me to look at it to drop all the way down here. Let me just have these here so that yeah, okay, I see this. So I have 2 levels. So I'm just gonna do this like that for price to pull back on M5. Either we will get buys from here or down below here for us to get in with this kind of a buy. So if you are a scalper and you love trading M1, this is your trade right now, to scalp it all the way to I believe this level right here on M1 right there, and then from there you get in with your buys to take you all the way up like we anticipated, all the way up there. That's it. Scalpers that trade gold, you have an opportunity to enter this sell move right on this order block on M1. Price returns there and you have an entry to trade this asset, to sell this asset, like that, something like that, and then you have an entry to get in with your sell move, with your scalp sell, to drop all the way down below. Now because M1 is currently overbought. All right, that's it. I'm not going to enter it right now. Time is not on our side, so let's rush to boom 1000. Boom 1000, which is part of our synthetic index assets. Now if you don't have an account where you can trade an asset like boom 1000, please go ahead and go to the, if you're on TikTok, go to the link in the description in the bio. If you're on YouTube, go to the link in the description and you'll be able to see that the leave link that I use for you. You'll be able to analyze, you'll be able to create your account and sign up. Same as to those who are on Instagram, there's a link in the bio for you guys to use and be able to get the same accounts that I have, the brokers that I use. I'm about to introduce another broker who is good at indices. Is good at indices, not synthetic indices, but indices and crypto. Yeah, anytime from now I'll be sharing details about that broker. He partners with he sponsors actually Chelsea as a football team, football club. All right, boom 1000. Yesterday we looked at we wanted a sell Those who remember, our analysis was like this: pull back there, and then we get probably ready for a sell, but it gave us a break of structure here. That's why we couldn't get the signal to sell this asset. And then remember, we were at that support according to H4. We are at that resistance level according to H4, and clearly price according to H4, it did not close above. You can clearly see it did not close above there. You can see that. So what came next was, according to M15, price started to drop. When it dropped beyond this, it gave us a change of character, because this was our lower high here, our higher low. So when it broke this was our change of character according to M15. So went ahead to test the level after breaking this resistance trend line. This was supposed to be my entry last night, because I was waiting for it. Right about there. You can see all those levels. I had already marked them, waiting to enter, but it was late and I didn't want to leave a market. I didn't want to leave an open trade running throughout the night, so I decided to leave this asset alone, leave this trade alone, because that was supposed to be my smooth entry for this kind of a drop, because we were waiting for it. That's why I never gave a signal yesterday on on my VIP, because I was waiting for the perfect entry right there. Now that we have known what happened yesterday, let's talk about today. And first remove these. Have this like that. In fact, leave this also. Let's delete that. Let's go to daily time frame. Let's first see how daily time frame closed. So yesterday closed with a rejection. Yeah, delete that. Close with a rejection. Let me first delete all these. So that's how daily time from yesterday closed, with some strong rejection coming in from sellers. Today started as a buy. Now we see rejection coming in from sellers to drop. Now it's already looking at sells according to daily time frame. Now remember, it gave us a lower high here yesterday, the other day, not yesterday, the other day, I think on Saturday or Sunday. Gave us a lower low here after taking some profit, some stop losses of the early buyers right here. Those who had put their stop losses below this weekly order block, those who had put their stop losses below that, it took them, and now we clearly see price is still strongly looking for another sell move to drop around here. So according to H4, what are we saying? Price is below a 10 MA. This is still a strong level, still strong resistance level right there, and now the sell is on. A new H4 has started. Previous H4 closed strongly with bearish momentum. So I believe if you are a swing trader and you love trading on H4, you can as well enter. Why do I say you can as well enter? Because if you are selling, if the market structure is showing us sells on H4, that means that M15 is also selling. If it is not selling, then I will show you now that M15 is not selling according to according to CCI. I will show you what I've just seen on H4. Look at this. Look at this right here. In fact, I want to use this like that. No, let me use this lower low and this low here right there according to H4, and I will also use this one right here, this one right there. Those are our levels right here, as we clearly see, as we can all clearly see. We have those levels where price is now playing around. So we know that this is sort of like a flag according to H4, which indeed will give us what is expected to happen. Continuation of the previous trend, which is this kind of a drop. We are still selling, we are still bearish according to this structure. Yes, we wanted buys, but we cannot buy when H4 is not yet ready. It hasn't given us even a change of character. so we cannot think of any buys, we can only consider sells. This is no change of character. This, if price had closed beyond this level, that would have been considered as a change of character, which will be a market structure shift signal for us. But no, it did not close above that. That means we are still bearish. New H4 has closed as previous H4 has closed as a strong sell. A current H1 is and H4 are actually strongly pushing for more sells. Price has been failing to break this level, so according to M15 we clearly see that price is actually looking at breaking it. Apparently, clearly you can see that this was a fake breakout, you can clearly see that, but still I see that price is likely not to break it. From what I'm seeing, look at this. This was a fake change, a fake breakout on that support. Now price is coming back to a level like that. According to M15, this is a change of character right here, to the upside, not to the downside, to the upside. So price is likely to mitigate this order block and then take us back into this kind of a move. Right here we have levels. We have a level like that, which will be our point of interest. We have another level all the way up there, but also we have this order block where this buy sell momentum started from, so that will be my point of interest. Look at that, look at that. We have just seen a spike, and this spike is likely to take me all the way to that order block before I can see another drop of sales back to this level. So what am I gonna do here? Buys are on. I'm not gonna look for sales because M15 is not looking at sales, it's looking at buys. Is looking at buys within this flag according to H4. Within this flag according to H4, we are looking at buys. So now if I know that, then one may say actually this trend line is likely to be here, not where it is currently. Yes, I see this order block was never mitigated according to M15, but I don't think it's gonna mitigate it. I don't think so. It is a valid order block right here, because this is where this kind of high momentum buy momentum started from. We just gonna wait. Looking at M5, I think we are ready for the buy move. We are ready for the buy move. We are ready for this buy move. M5 is ready for the buy move. M5 is ready for the buy move. Look at that flag on M5. So what else are you waiting for? What else are you waiting for? If you enter here, make sure, if you enter now, make sure your stop loss is a little bit. I normally use the same order block on M15 and put my stop loss around there. If I put this order block below the current level right here, my stop loss will be like around there. So if I enter now, my stop loss has to be here, and my TP will be all the way to that other order block there. So I'm looking at probably a 1:5 kind of risk to reward ratio if I'm looking for these buys. So what am I going to do? I'm not going to enter now according to M5. I'm actually going to wait for M1 to fail to break this previous lower low right here, because this is a break of structure on M1. So if this is a break of structure on M1, I'm going to wait for this drop until it fails to break this. It's likely to come around there. Sometimes it doesn't go all the way down again, it comes around probably like 61.8. those who remember CCI, I mean a fib, it may come around a level like 50 or 61.8, and then you get your entry and a sniper entry to take you there, So according to M1, wait for something like that. In fact, let's leave it at M1 today. We see if we can get this sniper on M1. Alright, so that's what I need for me to enter buy. If it fails to go beyond this level and gives me just one spike, that is enough confirmation of an uptrend, enough confirmation of a buy entry. So that's what I'm gonna wait for on M1, knowing that M5 we have a flag to take us there, knowing that same momentum coming in from M15, we are looking for buys to take us all the way there. So but if price fails to give you an entry right here and probably goes ahead and continues, don't enter, because it can as well come again to this M15 order block to get us enough momentum. Remember, this is the order block, the previous order block is this. So if price has not mitigated it yet, don't think of making that mistake of entering. So let's look at it on M1. Did price mitigate it? Yes, it actually mitigated it. So now if it fails to react around here, then leave this asset alone, don't enter it. But if it reacts around 61.8 or 50 and gives you a spike, make your buy entry as a sniper entry. Alright, I normally talk a lot when I'm seeing a move that is very mature for us to make entry. So that's why I normally talk a lot, but I hope you have picked one or two things according to this analysis. So as we wait for this, let's go to V75, which is our third focus asset that we trade on this channel, on this on Danks Code Traders app. V75. I want to repeat once again, if it is your first time here, whether on TikTok, follow us so that you keep on seeing us around and receiving this analysis where I give free signals. If you're on YouTube, do the same, subscribe and hit that thumbs up, keep on liking. If you're on TikTok, hit that tap in the center to like us, to keep on liking. And if you're on Instagram, do the same, give us that heart, and of course go ahead and also follow us so that you don't miss any other live stream as we analyze these assets. All right, V75. Yesterday we started, let's look at yesterday we wanted buys. In fact, I had my limit order there where I wanted price to come to that level and we get in with our buys. So let me show you what happened here. So our analysis was simple. We wanted a pullback there, which happened, then a drop back to this level, same level here. We wanted it to come at least around that order block, this M15 order block, but it went below it to look for stop losses of the early buyers. It went below that M15 order block. So when it went below that, we did not make any entry. We waited for it to give us another structure like this. So once it did give us the structure like that, once it did fail to give us another lower low here according to market structure and price action, it gave us a market structure shift or a change of character. So this was our change of character, gave us a higher high here, a higher low down below here, but we wanted this drop to come all the way into M5 order block. I didn't use M15 because I was waiting for this sniper right here on M5, but it did not come to the M5 order block. It came to M15 order block right here. This is the order block it came back to when it pulled back to confirm market structure shift right here. You can see that 2 times coming to that order block. So I should have put my first entry on the M15 order block, second entry on the M5 order block, which is right here. This is the M5 order block, this is the M15 order block. So I missed on this kind of a perfect entry, sniper entry, because I did not go back to M15 to put the order there on M15 order block. So that's my loss. That's why I was unable to have actually a perfect trade in currently. But I want to tell you, what goes around comes around. This is price can eventually come again to look for this order block. So I'm gonna stick with this M5 order block because price can eventually drop massively to look for this kind of a move again. So I don't want to remove my limit order for now, but I want to actually have another limit order on this level. This is a valid order block according to this pullback on this M15 order block. According to this M15 order block, this M5 is a valid order block. It can easily come to M5 or to M15. I want to do that again. Also, you see that this is an M15 order block, this is M5 order block right here, but I have a feeling that it's likely not to come to M5 since is a little bit, that M5 order block is just a wick below it, and the body is this. So got back to M5. Yeah, I have a feeling it won't come all the way down below. All I can do is put a limit order on 50% of that order block of M15 order block. So as I'm waiting for this pullback, because we are looking for buys, remember that price can easily give us this. Price can easily give us these kinds of entries. That's what I'm anticipating. So can we look for sales on M15? I mean on M1? No, not yet. M1 is still gonna push back again before it can actually get in with the sell. So if you're a scalper of V75, you want to wait for something like that and then enter your trade like this. Enter your trade like that. That is what you want to wait for, and I think it's gonna give us that or come around here. Either way, this is a confluence area right here. It can easily fail to break that and give you an entry here to push for this kind of a sell. All right, so that's it. I hope you guys have had a great time with me according to these assets that we analyze. So now I want to see your comments. I want to see the assets that you guys want us to analyze. I see Patrick on YouTube. Good morning. I hope you are having a great time. If there is any asset you guys want us to analyze, let's analyze it. Yes guys, I'm waiting for your comments. All right, so okay, I see Patrick, you're saying crash 1,000. So let's get back. Let's look at crash 1,000 as I wait for you other guys to send in your comments. Crash 1,000. All right, so yesterday we analyzed crash 1,000. So crash 1,000 is our bonus asset, as we can. Is gonna be our bonus asset. Crash 1k, crash 1,000 bonus. That is our bonus asset. So before we go to bonus asset, look at where I wanted the buy to begin from according to gold, we wanted buys to begin from here. I told you about this drop has happened like we wanted, even though it did not pull back a little bit there, but now it has mitigated this order block, but it is still strongly bullish, still strongly bearish, I mean, on M1. So I cannot enter buys now unless price goes above my 10 MA on M1. Then I cannot enter buys according to M5. Yeah, I cannot enter buys. So gold has actually happened just the way we wanted. So we wait for M1 to be above our 10 MA. Boom 1000, look at that. I told you either on 50% or on 61%. Those who were waiting for Boom 1000, I told you that 61 or 50%. So it has followed 50%, and look at that now. It is already breaking our flag of M5 right there. So that was a sniper entry that I talked about. If you want me to teach you how to be able to master sniper entries of these spikes, please go ahead and contact me. The number is on in the description, is in the bio. Whichever platform you're watching from, you'll be able to get the information that you need to contact me. But even before we finish today's session, I'll be able to share it on the screen as a squeeze back. But as of now, that is it. How I wish I had left a limit order for this kind of a buy move. That was perfect. This is some good money. Boom 1000 is like gold when it is volatile. That was some good money right there for us to actually get. I'm furious that I didn't leave a limit order. But that is what I was waiting for. I may not have entered if I had not left a limit order. I may not have entered there, but I will have immediately entered from there manually, because it is always hard to get this. It is just a second for this kind of a spike. So I may have entered right there manually. If I had left a limit order on 50, then that would have been a sniper entry right about there. All right, so that's it on Boom 1000. That's the move that we've missed. What we can do is wait for this M15 candle to close and see whether it closes above there. If it closes above there, then you can as well enter buys. If it doesn't close above that M5, if it doesn't close above this flag, then you can wait for a pullback and then get in again. All right, that is on a Boom 1000. V75, we are still waiting for this kind of a sell. For scalpers, a drop, pullback there, then we get in with a drop. If it doesn't give it to us, there's no way I'm entering that sell drop. All right, now since we've talked about all these previous ones, let's now head over to Crush 1000, which is our bonus asset. Yesterday's Crush 1000 analysis, we wanted a pullback to these levels, level like that, but I told you it might give a drop to look for the stop losses of the early buyers. This was the move there, to drop around that level. It did drop there and actually took the stop losses of the early buyers, and then later gave us another change of character right about there. Now, as it did give this change of character here, look at what happened. It dropped back to that fair value gap. Before I slept last night, I had this order block waiting for this entry, because I knew price will return back to that order block to give us a perfect sniper entry for this buy move. That is what I was waiting for. Now I've missed that opportunity. So right now there's nothing I can do but only to wait. According to what I see on M15 and CCI signal, I think we are going to see consolidation. Let me just delete this. I believe we are likely to see some consolidation for now before it gives us a breakout to continue with more buys. If you missed this analysis yesterday, the full analysis of Crush 1000, please go back to go back to yesterday's analysis and you'll be able to see everything. Remember, everything stays on YouTube, so if you're on TikTok and you want to see these moves that you've missed, please go to YouTube, search for Dankscore Traders Hub. You'll be able to find me and you'll be able to get all the trade setups that we've already talked about, and even those that you missed the previous days. So according to CCI, I see we are looking at this drop. So if you're one of those that love making this, you know, looking for these spikes on crash 1000, then you have an opportunity to actually enter this spike according to M5 and M15. So if it fails to break this, it may break it, and just to give you to take some stop losses of those who sold here. So if it does give you that, you wait, because once it goes below a 10M on M5, you will have your perfect entry to make this drop again, because according to M15 we are still looking for sells. Signal that is coming from CCI, we are still looking for sells. We are not yet ready to buy. We are not yet ready to enter buys. So once M15 is ready for the buys, then we can as well join the higher time frame to continue with this buy momentum. But as of now, we are looking for sells according to M15 and these other lower time frame like M5. So for now, we wait. I'll be waiting for this drop. It may give us some more drops like this until it gets ready to enter buys according to M15. Then we can also enter with it and swing it all the way to the other upside, to this other level, all the way there. That is where we want it to reach according to H4. Then we can sell it later according to daily time frame to drop massively here. That is the whole general overview of this market. Understand that? But also remember, if it dares to break this current level where we are on H4, then don't look for anything, just look for continuation of sales. If it breaks this H4 support level, if it breaks it, then don't think of any buys, start to look for sales, because we are not market makers. We just follow price action and market structure. Of course, for us, we use both of them, but our strategy is smart money. Within smart money, there is market structure, so that you can never go beyond market structure. There's no strategy I would recommend that doesn't deal with market structure. If you have any strategy that you're using that you don't work with market structure, then there's an issue. There's an issue, because market structure is basically, you're looking at price action, you're reading what price is doing, and price action is a language of markets. If you don't understand the language of any culture, it's hard to get interaction. It's hard to interact with it. So same here, if you don't understand the language of the market, which is price action, then it's hard to get to understand what the market is doing and actually interpret and be able to make your moves. All right, that's it. Please, I repeat, if you want to learn all this, let me actually share the numbers right now so that you can subscribe, or you can register. You can register for a class session with me and get to study all these that I'm talking about. All right, it's now time for our recap. Since you guys were able to share only one asset as a bonus asset, let's now look at the recap and we call it a day. All right, so we started with gold. All right, price has gone above our 10 MA, but it's still not yet ready for me to enter this kind of a buy, so I'm gonna still be patient on gold. I'm not gonna make my entries now. Remember, we are looking for buys according to M5, but then after reaching all the way there on M15, we will be dropping massively with sells. So right now I want to wait, because I'm gonna get a sniper entry on this level for this kind of a buy entry according to M5 to take us all the way there. That is on gold. Now once we have that ready, we will enter our sales on M15 to drop massively to mitigate this level, where we will be anticipating a swing trade move here from this level. We will be anticipating our swings from this level to swing it all the way where? To swing it all the way there, up there, and all the way to 5,000 point level. That's what we'll be anticipating. So as of now, nothing else I can do but to just wait on M1 to give me this scalp entry. Some of you guys may be wondering why I normally have these rectangles, whatever you want to call them, why I normally have them. I just want to be ready when those just signify my points of interest, where I'm anticipating price to react at. Once price reacts at such levels, I don't make any mistake to not to enter. Those levels are points of interest and entry levels for me. That's what I consider. So like this level, if price reacted to that level, there's no way I was not going to enter the sell. There's no way. Yeah. All right, so enough of all this now. Let's wait for this. In fact, I think we can wait for this pullback. I think we can wait for this. All right, so we also talked about boom 1000. I'm just furious that we've missed this trade, yet I talked about it exactly the way it has happened, and we missed that sniper. It was going to be a sniper entry, risk to reward ratio of about probably 20. Yeah, probably 20. As of now, we are like at 10 risk to reward ratio. That is some good move, mitigating this M15 order block. Look at that. Let me actually remove this for now. Mitigating this M15 order block, and then pulling back to our point of interest 50%, and then boom, we would be in some huge money right now as we speak. All right, so right now I'm just gonna wait for a pullback on M5. Since I have this, I'm just gonna wait for a pullback for me to enter. It's likely coming to this level, then I can enter my buys, but also it can go as far as this level. Since we have a breakout now, it can as well come to 61.8. so there I can leave my limit order. I can leave my limit order right here. Yeah, this one I will wait for me to enter manually, but for this I can leave a limit order. So that's it. The second entry is a pullback to a level like that, or another block like this, for us to get in with some more buys. So buys from here take us there, or from here to take us there. Alright, that's it on boom 1000. Then we also looked at V75 pullback there, failed, so there's no business. We don't have any business with this asset, though I'm seeing it's reacting on this current OB on M1. So price, if it gives us a pullback there, then we can get, if it goes all the way back to supply zone there, then we can get our entries around there to get in with some sells to drop massively. But if it breaks this, then we can only wait for it to come to this level for our buy entries. Remember, we need our buy entries around here according to M15. according to M15, around there or around down below here. So be ready for anything. That it's not gonna sell like that straight. No, it's gonna pull back. It's gonna give us our actually a better entry. It's gonna pull back a little bit there. According to M5, I believe it's gonna give us a perfect entry for this sell drop that we need. Yeah, so let's wait and see on boom 1000. Then we also talked about crash 1000. According to M15 structure, I believe we are going to see some little bit of consolidation before price can break this strong resistance level above there, and then we get in with some buys. But I've also told you, if price dares to break the H4 support here, then we can think of this drop, which will be according to daily time frame, because we need this drop to mitigate this weekly fair value gap or come to this valid order block of daily time frame. That's it. I hope you guys had a great time with me. Let me wish you guys a good day. Happy trading. See you tomorrow same time, 10:30 to 11:30. The numbers are on your screen if you want to register your trading your mentorship class. If you want to sign up for VIP signals, then you can still use the same number. Price is $15 per month. If you want to register to subscribe for the VIP platform for signals, and then please do the needful so that you don't miss out tomorrow's analysis. Subscribe, like, share, comment, keep on doing that. We are looking at growing this community together. Let me wish you guys a good day. Happy trading. Bye bye for now.